sit here? It's so crowded in here. There's nowhere else to go. Do you mind if I sit here? It's not going to be a problem, is it? You're waiting for somebody? I don't see anybody that looks like they're looking for you. Don't take this the wrong way, but you don't really look like the type that, someone would come to meet. Like, they would actually. I think you're lying to me right now. So is it okay if I sit here? I'll just ask again. We could just pretend none of that happened. And then you can just go ahead and just tell me, yes, you can sit here. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, sure. When they show up, I'll move. No problem. Yeah, it's fine. So I don't want to take up too much of your space there. I see you're trying to eat. What are you having? That's kind of sad looking chili you got there. Yeah. Where'd you get it? Wendy's. Oh, you poor thing. Couldn't you get some normal food? Like something good? Because I don't want that. I don't even like chili, so I don't understand why you're eating it. Well, that's okay. I have nuts. I brought my nuts. I eat these everywhere, I guess it's fine if you want to eat stuff like that, but personally, I prefer some real food, like some whole nuts. They're mixed. That makes them better. These are Great Value Deluxe mixed nuts. Now, you look like the type that would buy the kind with the peanuts in them. I mean, it's nothing personal, but, here in the mall food court, you're sort of skimping on stuff. You're buying things off the 99-cent menu, so I imagine you get the ones with lots and lots of peanuts. Well, these don't have any peanuts at all because these are actually really good. Yeah. Yeah, these are the only kind that really matter. So, and the good thing about buying these is I have food everywhere I go because I always make sure to bag up my nuts. I will bring some in a little bag. Whether or not I want to carry the whole container, I can just take a bag of nuts and just eat nuts anywhere. So could you move your cup, like just slide it back? I need somewhere to put this. Okay, that's not going to be too much of a problem for you, is it? You have your elbows on the table. Can you kind of remove them? Thank you. So, you don't have any shopping bags. Why are you at the mall? Doesn't look like you've done any shopping. Are you stalking girls? Are you trying to find a girlfriend? Do you have a sign? I don't see a sign. That's fine. You're here to do what? Nobody comes to the mall for that. That's not a thing. Well, let me tell you, there are other places you can go to get jewelry repaired. I mean, who's going to come all the way to the mall just to get jewelry repaired? You were going to browse through a few stores? That's precious. Okay. Well, you know what I have? This man came around and was selling newspapers in my neighborhood today. He said he was selling them so his son could go on some kind of a trip somewhere. Apparently, there's some big ark they've made. I don't even know what that is, but he wants to go look at it. Seems like a lot of trouble to go look at some. Do you ever do that? You ever just go somewhere to look at something? I mean, when you boil down a lot of destination, like road trips, you're just basically going somewhere to look at something, and then you just turn around and go home. I mean, like, what's the point? It's a waste. Anyway, this man was selling newspapers. Well, he was selling subscriptions to the Camden Gazette. I said I was not interested at all. He gave me a free newspaper anyway. He said he had a lot of them in his satchel. Yeah, it's the first time I've heard anybody use that word in decades. Satchel. He literally said satchel. And he had a lot of papers in his satchel, and he didn't want to carry them all and wanted to know if I wanted one. And I said, well, sure. So I took it, and then what I did, most of it was black and white, which was boring. So I threw that part away, but I kept the colorful parts. See, it comes with these things. Like, you can buy stuff. And that makes them even better. Look at all the beautiful colors. It's overwhelming. It's like a work of art. You have this big splash of green up here, and then you have just it's complicated. All these colors are just complicated. This was really the only part of the paper that mattered as far as I could tell. Look at that meat. That meat could just go so well with my nuts. They're stabbing it right there. You can see how rare it is. They have cut it open. And then we have slices of watermelon here cut into little funny triangles. The only reason I was at home at all was because my stupid sister Dana. That's my sister. Dana, keep up. So Dana, she used to let me borrow her car. Okay, I'm kind of without a car right now. No big deal. So she used to let me borrow her car. But then one day she got so mad at me. It was so stupid. I might have left a little bit of trash in her car, okay? I mean, just not even anything worth getting in a twist over. Maybe a little trash, a bag, a baggie of pot. Maybe she got pulled over. I don't know, maybe she has a court date. All it took was just one little incident, and she just blew up at me. And then Dana said, "You're not driving my car anymore. Look at what you have done." So I got our neighbor Richard to drive me to the mall. He's a very nice man. He tried to buy my underwear once. I said, "No, even I have standards." I said, "I'm not selling you my underwear." He said, "It's perfectly innocent. People buy underwear on eBay all the time." I said, "Then go buy your underwear on eBay." He said he wanted mine. I said, "No. Give me a ride to the mall." He said, "Will you sell me some underwear?" I said, "No, I won't." And he said, "What if I pick you up later?" I said, "I'm not going to sell you my underwear. Richard, get over it." Am I making you uncomfortable? You look nervous. You need to calm down. Look. Relax your shoulders. You're stressing. Stop. Look at these pretty colors. Maybe this one will work. I think different things work for different people. Maybe this one is for you. Look now. You see this one? This is Aldi. Have you ever heard of Aldi? Aldi is tremendous. My sister Dana said everything there is drug money. I don't even know what she's talking about. I mean, I know where people hide drug money, and it's not at the Aldi. You even have to pay a quarter to use one of their carts. Do you think they're going to let you hide drug money in there? No. Look at these blueberries. Now, the bowl does not come with the blueberries. They come in a little plastic container. You have to put them in your own bowl. So I think that's a bit deceptive, and it makes it look like for $1.69 you're going to get a pretty bowl. Well, I mean, I assume it's pretty. We don't really know. It's rimmed in white. And strawberries or blueberries for $1.69. You don't even get a single strawberry. Very deceptive. Then they have seedless watermelons. They are large for $2.69 a piece. Washington red cherries. I saw a video on Facebook the other day, and somebody, I'm not even lying, somebody was cutting open red cherries like this, like with a knife up close to the camera, and it had little white worms in the cherries. Little squiggly worms. Oh, I'm sorry, you're trying to eat. Did I affect that? No, just keep, don't think about those little white squiggly worms as you eat that runny chili. You just go right on. You don't think about them being down in there and to where you could actually have bitten into a cherry. You could have eaten that thing and not even known they were in there. Some of them had 2 or 3 worms in them in a cherry. Don't think about that while you enjoy that delicious chili. It smells good. And look at it this way. If there are worms in there, I imagine the spices would probably cover up the taste, and it gets hot enough, it probably gets hot enough when they cook it to kill any worms in there. So, I mean, you may be eating worms, but it probably won't ever affect you. But that may be the cause of a lot of people having trouble with chili. I never thought of that until just now. Is this helping you? Are you feeling more relaxed? Are you feeling more comfortable? No? Well, do you like Dollar Tree? You've ever been to a Dollar Tree? Dollar Tree is fabulous. I feel so wealthy when I go in there. I can just buy anything I want, and it's fine. I could get a whole cart of stuff, and it would only be like $20. Seriously, I mean, it's great. And look how happy these kids are. Well, you can't really tell. I think they've been to Elton John's house. You know, I just saw Rocket Man today. Great movie. I really enjoyed it. It looks like they've been to his house. Look at their glasses. And this girl's got doodly bobs and some freedom wings on her back. George Washington be proud. And this boy has on a hat and some necklaces here. She has on these Lays, not the potato chips, but like, you know, the flowers. But these aren't real, because if they were real, they wouldn't be $1. But with them being fake, they last longer. And he has his American flag here that was no doubt made in China. Hallelujah. And then you can even get steak. Did you know you can get steak at Dollar Tree? Now, it is probably not going to look like that. It's still got straps on it there. It's got marks on it where the jockey was hitting it. And you can get burgers. And I think that's chicken, or it could be llama. We don't know. That could have come from an ostrich. You don't know. It's mystery meat, but it's only $1, so you can't really complain. And then we have onions on here. Onions and cucumbers and whatever that thing is. But I've never seen fruits and vegetables at Dollar Tree. I don't think I ever want to see fruits and vegetables at the Dollar Tree. That's frightening. You probably don't eat a lot of fruit or vegetables. I live on nuts. I'm almost completely nuts. You look here. See, maybe this changed your life. These nuts right here. We have almonds, cashews, pistachios, pecans, and macadamia nuts in there. It's glorious. Now, this is a higher quality mix than whatever you buy. Do you eat nuts? Well, maybe you should. It might help your constitution a little bit. You're a little pale. You're a little peaked. You look like you need a day outside and some nuts. They're lightly salted with sea salt. Now, you can also get them heavily salted if you want a stroke by the afternoon. These are lightly salted. I think they're fabulous. See, now this Food Line ad looks little. I mean, you're going to look at it and go, my God, there's nothing to that ad. But look, it folds out like this. And then you have this free floating little flap here. That comes off. It's like that part of the shuttle that falls away after it launches. Now down here we have all kinds of things. There are so many hidden gems in here you just don't know. You can get Bush's Best baked beans or grilling beans. I don't understand the difference. With a grilling bean, I don't know if you just pour it over the grill. Now wouldn't that just fall down into the charcoal? Maybe you're supposed to do that. 2 for $4. But they also have these 12 packs of bottles of select varieties of Lipton tea. Those are $3.99 a piece. And that is going to be for 12 bottles of tea. And they're all uniformly terrible. And it's a lot easier and cheaper just to make your own freaking tea. But people can't be bothered. So they buy this nasty stuff here. And they drink it. In my house, we call it nasty. You know, there's Nestea. We call it nasty because it is nasty. You can make your own tea. Do you make tea? No? Well, it's really easy. All you do, you want to know what you do? I'll tell you anyway. You get some of the Lipton. I usually get Lipton. Sometimes I get Louisiana. Family-sized tea bags are gigantic. They're like regular tea bags, but on steroids. They're big and fat. You get those. 4 of them for a gallon. You boil them. You boil them. Boil. B-O-I-L. You boil them in water. And I'm bad to go off and forget it, so you have to put extra water in there so it doesn't all boil away because it'll ruin your teapot. Or you can boil them in a pot, it doesn't matter. You boil them and then you let them sit for a little bit. And then you pour them into a gallon-sized pitcher. And then you add your sugar, depending on how much you want. I don't put a lot. You put a lot. You put some in there, you measure it out according to taste. You stir it up, melt all the sugar, and then you add water, just plain water on top of that. and then you stick it in the refrigerator. For me, I prefer for it to sit overnight, because otherwise it doesn't taste right. It's like all the flavors have to get married. I'm not against marriage. I don't mean married like matrimony, but it's like all the flavors don't know one another and they need overnight to have like a singles cruise, and they mix and then they all get married and then they taste good in the morning. Yeah. Are you married? Me? Well, that's nice. I'm occasionally married. I'm sort of between divorces right now. Um. So what's your married life like? You like being married? Most of the time? Yeah, what do you do when you don't like it? Do you just leave, or you don't leave? Oh, well, credit to you for that. Is your spouse ugly? I don't think it's a rude question. Of course, it's subjective. Some people have different ideas of what's ugly and what's pretty. Would you say that your spouse is ugly? Handsome? Like a handsome woman, a handsome man? Because to me, a handsome woman and a handsome man are kind of different things. Why'd you marry him? Oh, well. So what do y'all do for fun? Because why are you here at the mall? Why are you here by yourself? They don't come with you. You know what that means, right? They don't love you. Well, I believe if they love you, they'd be here. Just something to think about on your lonely ride home. Maybe on the way home you can stop at Food Line and get you a pie. See, now here you can get an 8-inch pie. This is an apple pie. They have select varieties, excluding pecan pie. Do you like pecan pie? Sticks to the roof of my mouth and makes me grouchy. But you can get an 8-inch pie for $3.99, but not the pecan pies, because pecans are expensive and they can't make a pecan pie for $3.99. Yeah, or some fried chicken you could get. But again, this is deceptive. It looks like you get this fun basket and this cloth and this chicken in here. You don't even get fireworks. They don't. They show you fireworks like you're going to get all that in a bowl for this salad here. You don't get any of that. I went there one time to get me a basket of chicken, and it came in just a paperboard box. I said, well, where do I get my basket? And they said, what are you talking about? And I showed them the paper, and they told me to leave. All I did was tell them what they could do with their sales circular, and they said I had to go. Whatever happened to the customer is always right. Whatever happened to customer service? I was just simply asking a question, and then when I was told there was no basket, I said, well, you know what you can do with your circular, and I told them. And the next thing I know, I'm standing out in the parking lot with this police officer named Carl, and he's saying I need to get in his car. But it turned out to be a good thing, though, because I kind of needed a ride anyway. I kind of went around my butt to get to my elbow to get home, though, because we had to go to the police station. I had to answer some questions, and then they took me to the mental health thing and had me talk to this doctor, and it was about 10 o'clock at night before I got home. I could have walked home faster than that. I filled out a comment card, and I complained about that. I said, y'all's service is bad. You need to get people home sooner. I would offer you some of these, but I can't. You don't look clean. I don't want them contaminated. Because I paid $8 for this container of nuts. I want to keep my nuts intact. I want them to be, you got to keep your nuts clean. You can't just have anybody's hands just groping around in your nuts, because it's just bacteria. And I'm not familiar with your bacteria. Plus, your bacteria is buried, and I probably shouldn't be touching it anyway. You don't reckon your spouse has a private investigator following you, do you? Because if so, with me sitting here, it might be suspect. Shall I lean over and give you a kiss, give him something to talk about? No? Well, if you change your mind, let me know. Look at this Family Dollar ad again. Now, this is cool. You can get 12 packs of Coca-Cola products, 3 for $11. but it does exclude Dr. Pepper. Probably because Dr. Pepper went to medical school and somebody has to help pay for that. I reckon Dr. Pepper's like the specialist of the soda family. Right up there with Dr. Thunder. That's like a... Dr. Pepper would be the heart surgeon and Dr. Thunder would be like the proctologist probably, because that's a store brand. But you have to pay extra to have your Dr. Pepper. These are like the nurse practitioners down here, which nurse practitioners are awesome. I have one myself. I can't tell you the last time I saw a doctor, probably after the incident at the Food Line. Otherwise, I'd never see a doctor. And you can get orange juice and a slab of bacon here. This is 12 ounces of Bar S bacon or 52 ounces of orange juice from Simply Orange for $3.50. And you can get ding dongs. Those would be really good with my nuts. Those are 2 for $5, or the Hostess cupcakes, 2 for $5. You can mix and match. And toilet paper. Everybody hates buying toilet paper. I understand, because these days it seems like every pack of toilet paper is about the size of a '68 Cadillac, and it takes up your whole cart, and it's just embarrassing. Although everybody buys it, it's just weird. But you can get Cottonelle, which is the good stuff. If you're really feeling generous towards your butt, you can get Cottonelle instead of that Scott that feels like notebook paper. It's $4.95. And Lord, do you believe this? Let me check. This is blasphemy now. It's the first week of July, and we already have school supplies on here. That's messed up. I mean, I don't know how I even feel about it. You can get Crayola crayons for 50 cents, or colored pencils for $1, and Crayola markers for $1.50, and notebook paper for 50 cents. You could use that for toilet paper. I mean, it's basically Scott tissue, only thicker. And we have, let me look here. Here's that splash of green I was telling you about. This is Gain laundry detergent. I bet. Let me smell your shirt. Come here. No, don't back up. Come here. That right there. That is Tandil laundry detergent from Aldi. Island Fresh Scent. Am I right? What do you mean you don't know? You don't do laundry. Who does your laundry? How does your mother do your laundry? Like, how old are you that your mama's doing your clothes? And you're married? How is your mother? You know what? I don't even want to know. Because the more I learn about you, the more I'm thinking I made a mistake sitting here. I'm about the point I think I need to leave. I come here a lot, but I try to only come here on Tuesdays because that's when Bob's not here. The security guard. Well, I actually can't be here when Bob's here. He might have found me in a dressing room getting acquainted with some clothing that wasn't mine one day, and I got kicked out. But he's off on Tuesdays, which is why I'm here. Do you think you could give me a ride home? It sure would be great if you could. No? Well, where do you live? What is your address? I don't see why you don't want to tell me that. I'm showing you these great buys. Do I really sound like somebody who would do something to you if I knew where you lived? Where do you live? The northern end of town? Well, I'm kind of on the northeastern end of town. I mean, I wouldn't be that far out of the way. Well, think about it. Don't worry about it. Do you like coffee? Because we have Folgers coffee here at the Family Dollar for only $6. You can get Country Roast. Does that taste like Kenny Rogers? Classic Roast, that tastes like Beethoven. K-Cup Pods, that tastes like K-Pop. Instant Coffee, that tastes like a guy I used to date. I'm not going to say why. Dunkin' Donuts coffee, that might taste like a police officer. So you could get just a wide variety of your coffees for only $6. That is a price drop at Family Dollar. Clorox, for when, maybe you have a little incident in your home and you need to clear away all evidence. They have Clorox here for $4.50 for a 121-ounce bottle. That would be good for about 3/4 of a body. The fluids that may come out, not that I know. Or you can get Homeline bleach, which is the Family Dollar brand, for $2.95. And then for disposing of any evidence, we have Glad trash bags right here. 13 of the 30-gallon size, or 15, I'm sorry, yeah, or you could get 47 count of the 15-ounce size, 15-gallon size for $5.50. Now, personally, I recommend the 30-gallon bags because if you have parts, if you have things that may be hard to cut up or break apart, those 30-gallon bags are wider and taller, a little taller. So you can just kind of jam them down in there, and there it's made of that Stress Flex plastic that doesn't bust as easily. You can jam them down in there, and it's not going to break through, and you can still pull that drawstring and tie it so nothing's sticking out the top. It almost makes it too easy. But you got to remember your Clorox, and you need quicklime, but they don't sell that at Dollar Tree or Family Dollar. Plus, it's smart not to buy everything together anyway. I mean, you don't need people wondering about stuff. I like to pass on my knowledge to others. So at Dollar Tree, everything is $1. I guess people must ask them that all the time. And again, back to school. We're already talking about back to school, and we just got into July. They don't waste any time at all, do they? It's almost like, when your boyfriend just kind of goes missing and you suddenly pop up with another boyfriend. You don't even take time to, mourn or grieve, and people are all in your business like, well, you sure got over him really fast, and he hadn't been seen in several days, and you were the last person to talk to him, and they try to put 2 and 2 together, but it ain't gonna add up to 4. I mean, no matter what they do. You've been there. I mean, we've all been there. You have to answer the questions and talk to the police, and then you have news reporters sticking microphones in your face, and I tell you, if I never have to be on the 6 o'clock news again, it'll be too soon. It's not right. They always catch me when I look bad. You ever notice that? You leave the house looking like hammered crap, and that's when everybody wants to come talk to you about where's your boyfriend. Sticking a microphone in your face, and they shine the light on you, make you look like Casper the Friendly Ghost, and no one's seen your boyfriend but you, and, there were some traces of something found in your driveway, and I don't know what they expect. But I think it's best if we don't think about that anymore, and we think about something like candy, because that's always something that cheers me up after somebody goes missing. Some good candy. Get you a Snickers bar, forget all about them. I find that's the best thing to do. Fortunately, I don't have people go missing too often, or it might start to affect my weight. I try to keep it down, You can get Haribo Gold Bears. You can get cotton candy. Ring Pops, M&Ms, and the Snickers I was telling you about. These are fun size, but you don't have to just eat one. You can eat all 6 and have a whole lot of fun for $1. Or you can get cans of green giant vegetables for $1. You can even get toothbrushes and toothpaste from Colgate, brand name stuff. I mean, that's really something, for $1. Now, this looks like a giant pack of Dove soap, doesn't it? No, that's just 1 bar. And that's $1. But it's only 1 bar of soap. It makes it look like the bar of soap is this big. It's not. It is enlarged to show detail. Have you finished that drink? See, I don't have a drink. What are you drinking? Root beer. That's gross. You need to go pour that out and get something better. What do they have to drink up there? What do you mean you don't know? Why don't you go look? So you're just going to sit here all day? Well, I'm not fond of your drink choice because I don't like root beer. So the fact that you're sitting there drinking it is just It's upsetting me because I don't like root beer. So I'm sitting here telling you that, and you're not going to get anything else. You're not a very good friend to me. I'm thinking you don't get along with people too well. Maybe that's why you're by yourself. You just don't get along with people. You kind of have that face. You have a face of somebody that just people get sick of you. You've been told a lot in your life. You know what? I can't stand you. I can't stand the way you are. Why are you this way? Why do you treat people this way? Denial is a dangerous thing. I definitely believe you were dealing with that. Look at these kids. They're not in denial about anything. They're getting ready to have some fun. Now, these kids look like they would get along with everybody. Look how happy they are. How do you suppose you go into getting in an ad like this? Because, that's on my bucket list. I want to be in a Dollar Tree ad. How do you reckon I could work that out? Do you need to talk to somebody? Like, could the cashier tell me how to get into it? I want to be in a Dollar Tree sales paper. Maybe if I could find these kids, they can tell me. Because they've done it. Do you recognize these kids? Any of these three, do you recognize them? I don't recognize them. Swanee, I don't know. She looks a lot like my sister Dana, but she's smiling, and Dana is a bitch, and this one she looks nice. So it's not Dana. Plus, if it was Dana, that picture would have been taken a long time ago, and the photo quality wouldn't be this good. So I'm pretty sure it's not Dana. But if it is Dana, she won't even tell me how to get into a Dollar Tree ad because she's a bitch. Like I was saying, you can get lasers. No, what is that? It's a water squirter. You can squirt water with it. Is it like squirting a waterfall? Does a laser come out of these? You can hit the water with it. You can get a big hypodermic needle and that little ray gun that Marvin the Martian had. And then look at all the litter you can leave on the beach after your kids get done playing and y'all just go off and leave all this mess on the beach. See, that's why the dolphins cry in those public service announcements. Was it dolphins that were crying about the litter on the beach? Can dolphins cry? Don't you know anything about marine biology? You are really not being helpful. Well, okay, well don't get upset about the beach trash. You can also get this trash. You can get paper plates and what is that? Some sort of a paper towel. So you can get paper towels and paper plates. There's more trash. Glad storage bags. The only good thing about all this is it's only $1. So, that's a good thing. You can clean out your drain. It's not liquid plumber. It's just called plumber. Don't drink that stuff. It's not a good chaser for beer, I can tell you that. It's really not a good chaser for bourbon either. I'll never forget that night. It doesn't seem to me that my sales circulars are helping you at all, even though they're colorful. Look how pretty they are. It's like a festival of colors. And you're sitting there. Okay, now you got to drive me home. Okay? You hear that? I don't want to get struck by lightning. Not again. And it's bad luck to get struck twice in the same month. So, I think what would cheer you up will be to take me home. I won't tell anybody. I don't want to walk all the way home from here. And I don't have the money for an Uber. I'll give you my nuts if you drive me home. And that's really something because I don't give my nuts to anybody. Well, it seems to me that your person's not coming anyway. So why don't you just forget about that jewelry repair and then we'll just get on out of here. I'm taking my sales circulars because I never know when I might need to cheer somebody up. And I'm thinking that on the drive home, see, while we're driving, I can just intermittently just slap this up in front of your face, and maybe it will, look at these happy little children. Maybe looking at these happy children will cheer you up. See, you smile so much, the corners of your mouth are pointing down. And now you're scowling and you're squinting. Do you need glasses? I think you need glasses. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's get on out of here before it starts raining, all right? Can I drive? What do you have to drive? A Corolla. That's not very fun. Don't you have a better car than that? I want to drive something fun. You know what? I want to drive a Corvette. There's a car dealership not far from here. Let's stop by there and we'll take a test drive, okay? And then we can go for a joyride. It's been a while since I've been arrested for that. We won't get in any trouble, okay? All right then. Well, come on. Let's go.